Hi everyone, this is Nadia, award-winning mentor, award-winning author, Clairsentient psychic, and founder at Spartanite. Please like, comment, share, subscribe on any videos on our Spartanite channel that you love. You can free to get in touch with me via the link below, and also the direct email is support@thespartanite.com. Alternatively, you are free to use our contact form on our website, which is www.thespartanite.com. I want to cover the weak wallet versus weak mentality featuring King Clauneck. Now, for those of you who know, I do work with the spirit of wealth value and merchant finance, King Clauneck, who likes me talking about him a lot because he loves sharing his wealth consciousness and his wealth strategies with people who are truly serious about making bank in life. And by making bank, I don't just want to say make a lot of money, but then your approach to money is unhealthy and it comes from greed. King Clauneck does not approve of greed. He does not encourage greed. He encourages healthy, strong ambition. But there's a lot of people, and there's a fine line difference between ambition and greed. Don't let your ambition push you into greed, because greed it betrays you. It takes your identity away from you, and it makes you chase false promises and empty dreams. And anything that you've already created will be taken away from you by that. So I want to talk about something that's really incredibly important that I find that a lot of people that come to me approach me for. And I actually wrote a blog post probably about this summer, but I don't remember. And I'll actually throw in the link below. It talks about the iron ring mentality of, the weak mind versus the weak wallet, or however I wrote it. Now, we have this epidemic in society that teaches us that whatever we want is out of reach for us. It's too expensive, we'll never be able to have it, it's too much, it's only for the rich, it's only for the wealthy, it's only for people who are good with money. And I have no idea why I'm holding a Barclays pen, but yeah, King Clauneck is a bank manager of the other world, and here I'm holding a bank pen, so there's that. I'll just throw that down. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, when you want something in life, you can always manifest the money for it. It doesn't matter how little or how large or how big or how small, the money will come. Money is not in short supply in this world. It's time that's in short supply. And I'm going to cover a lot of the money versus time mentality that I try and cover in a lot of my videos, but I feel like it's very important to cover it in this one. So when people look at something they really want, the normal person who has a normal mentality, and a normal mentality is a loser's mentality, okay? Normal people see the world filled with barriers. They don't see the world that's filled with opportunities, filled with promise, filled with abundance. They see it as this world is hard. I'm not saying it's easy, okay? So there's a grain of truth in that. But they see it, the life is hard and I'll never be able to, it's always like this defeatist, negative mentality that they have, instead of thinking, well, how can I open doors to be able to afford what I want? Now, years ago, I, through no fault of my own, lost everything in my life, and I had to start with this iron ring mentality. And it actually came to me, I didn't even realize I had done it until one day I had summoned Clauneck and I evoked him, and he said, you have Spartanite today, not because of a strong wallet, but because of a strong mind, and your strong mind brought you the strong wallet. I was not prepared to hear that, or I was not ready, or it kind of caught me off guard, off the blue. So I asked Clauneck to, I would say, elaborate a bit more. And, he always said that for whatever we want in life, money can be manifested. We can get to that vibration of manifestation where we can bring in what we truly want in life. But the problem is people don't know what they truly want. And you ask people and they're just confused and they're going in circles. Money doesn't come to people who are confused about something. See, money is a very strong masculine energy, and it's hard-hitting, it's direct, it's forceful, which is why women struggle so much with money, because traditionally, astrologically, money can come from both the 7th houses. The 7th house is Libra and the 8th house is Scorpio. And typically, women have always been told that we have keepers for money. Our husband, our brother, our dad, our son, our nephew. It's a man, basically. It's not entirely wrong, is what I'm saying, but the weak mentality, especially when it comes to women, and I'll try and cover it and keep it as gender neutral and unisex as possible here, is more to do with waiting for a man to do it for you. Whichever woman is watching for this, stop waiting for a man to do something for you. Get up. You're not powerless. You're not weak. You're not pathetic. You're not whatever nonsense they've told you growing up in society. You have the power to stand up, to fight, to work, and to do something for yourself, and make your own name, and inspire more women to do it for themselves. Now, when it comes to a weak mentality is always going to look at barriers. Now, this is nothing to do with the ladies. I'm talking to men over here as well. I'm talking to women, everything. A weak mentality is always going to look at something and feel intimidated towards it. So you got a house, it's X amount of 100,000. They're like, oh, I'll never afford it. I only have this salary. So you just go back to complaining instead of strategizing and thinking, well, all right, cool. I'm going to keep my salary and keep my job or keep whatever business. But what else? What else can I do? Because it's not a mentality that's conducive to aggrandization, or not a mentality that is inviting to opportunities. For most of the time, it just looks at what goes wrong. In life, you have two choices. You can either look at a barrier of what stops you, or you can look at an opportunity. And even in the most hopeless and shittiest of circumstances in life, when I've gone and I've looked at people's lives, I'm like, there's an opportunity right in front of you. Why are you not capitalizing on it? And the reason people don't capitalize on it is because they can't see it. They see value in trash and not in cash. And this is sad, but this is what the entrepreneurial mind teaches us. The iron ring mentality teaches us that we can see hope in the most hopeless of situations and circumstances in our life. When people personally come to me and say to me, look, Nadia, I really want to be mentored by you, or Nadia, I want your, whatever it is, that maybe from my store, they want to buy something from the store, or they want to work with me personally, or they want to do whatever it is. I understand, like, legitimately from experience, cash flow can be an issue. You don't have enough cash for it, and that's fine. There's no shame for that, because I personally built my life up from, slowly, one step at a time. I just one step. I didn't have all the money as, one in cash. So I just got people who I worked with. I really had to be honest with them and say, look, I want to pay installments, or I want to pay in payment plans, and I want to do it because I had the desire to do it. So there's two types of people that I would usually say that would approach me for something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm personally huge and a big fan of payment plans and installments because they help us get to where we want. You got a commitment, you got a contract, you got a pen that they've signed everything with, basically, so we're all good, right? Now, if you truly want something, you're going to get it. This is not a cliche. It's not something, successful people tell or not successful. This is just me telling you as one human being to, I don't know, an audience of goodness knows how many people who are already subscribed to this channel and will subscribe and will see this video through happenstance. If you truly want something, you're going to get it. And if it has financial means to attach to it, which most things, tell me in this life, what doesn't have financial means attached to it? Everything has money. Money, your dream requires money, your life requires money, love requires money, living, eating, everything requires money, right? The point is that if you let the lack, and I put lack in quote marks because it's not a lack, it's a lack that's in your mentality, a lack that's in your mind, a lack that's in your thought forms, your circumstances. How many times will you let I can't afford it stop you from living your life? It's like I always say to people, if you look outside and it's raining and you let the rain stop you, what else are you going to let stop in your life? And that's the dangerous part that I usually see, and I really encourage the iron ring mentality in everybody that's watching this. Ken Clauneck is huge on the iron ring mentality. It just means creating an iron ring in your mind that it doesn't matter what comes your way. You're not quitting, you're not giving up, you're not going back to what you've escaped and what you've come from, because that's what you're endeavoring to leave behind, or that's what you have chosen to leave behind or have left behind, so to speak. So when Clauneck really talks about a weak wallet, weak wallets are not an issue. If you don't really have the money, that's okay, because money can be found, right? There are ways to bring money in. There are ways to strategically negotiate things. There are ways to do things. If you're truly savvy and you want to get to where you are, you don't sit and moan and complain all day. You get up and you take action. Which, what I find with a lot of people who have a weak mentality is they don't want to take action. They don't really want to pursue the goal because the goal is not really important for them. Moaning and crying and whinging usually is. You see, you can either have an excuse or you can have a result, but you cannot have both in the same sentence. And Again, another cheesy cliched line, but it's very true, because if I'm here giving you a result for something, I can't have an excuse of why I won't show up. If I'm giving you an excuse of something, I cannot have a result I actually desire. So it is completely up to any individual that's watching this to think, well, what do I want to do with a weak mind or a weak mentality? How easily are you distracted? I'm making this YouTube video and someone's decided to message me on WhatsApp. I don't know what it is and I don't really care, because I'm here with you at this current moment and I'm present. And the ability to stay present with the iron ring mentality is very important, because lots of people are distracted by nice shiny things. I'm clicking, people's eyes are already moving and they're not glued to watching me or watching what I'm actually saying. When it comes to finances, if you have a weak mentality, you will never be financially successful. Financially successful is not a number. I want to make this very clear, and Clauneck is stressing me in my head to say this. Finances are not a number. You don't get to a certain amount, think, oh yeah, ooh, now I'm successful, now I'm this. Because a number can be different for everybody. A lot of people like to think, oh, well, when I've hit 6 figures, I'm successful. When I've hit 7 figures, I'm successful. I'm not saying there's not success in 6, 7, 8, whatever other numbers you want to pile on top of that. Isn't. The point is that success is cultivated with a mentality. And when you have the iron ring mentality, it is not hard to bring those numbers in. It is not hard to be of service to others. Because remember, if you're waiting for someone to get up and do it for you, and just like I said earlier in the beginning for women, if you're waiting for someone to get up and do it for you, no, just don't do it. And there's a lot of guys as well who I think men suffer less with this or struggle less, because men are traditionally seen as the breadwinners of society. They have no choice, they have to get up and do it. But the point is that if a man does not have that get up and go, that's an effect on his masculinity. That's an effect on how he will see himself as a man in the mirror. There's a lot of things that I can cover, but when I talk about the iron ring mentality and being strong mentally, I'm also talking about finding ways that you are able to detach your time from money. There are a lot of idiots in this world who like saying time is money, money is time. No, it isn't. Time is time, money is money, and currency is currency. There are 3 different concepts to it. Let me explain. Time is not linear, it is planar. If you don't understand what that is, you are free to research planar engineering. I will put that in the comment section below, so you're good to research it in your own time. Time can be restructured, time can be bent, time can be collapsed, time can be wrinkled, time can be ironed out, and you can bring into your existence what people have told you can never be possible for you. People years ago used to tell me it is impossible for you to have Spartanite based on where you are and the circumstances you are. So I managed to bend time. What would have maybe come for me in other lifetimes, I made sure it came in this lifetime, and many other things. Right, so time isn't money. Yeah, I needed money to help access that type of stuff, but time has nothing to do with money. Time is a very interesting man-made concept. Divine timing or God's timing is very different, which is why people are trying to rush everything all the time, but they don't really get anywhere. Right, then we got money. The stuff that's in your wallet, the cash, I wish I had notes in front of me right now. That's why I'm doing this. That is not money, that is currency. Why is it currency? Simply because it is not backed by gold or silver anymore. So I won't go into a lecture of educating people on that. You guys can find resources and know more about that. Money is something that has fungible value. Money is something that never loses value. The problem with currency and whatever is in your wallet or your pocket or your purse is that day by day it's already lost 95% of its buying power. Eventually it's just going to get to a point where you go to supermarket, you go put gas in your car, you go to wherever it's, and you're like, man, prices have gone up. The price hasn't gone up at all. But yeah, you'll obviously see it was £2 now it's like £2.30, so it's like 30p extra or something. That's not the point. The point is that the purchasing power of whatever is you're holding in your hand has gone down and gone down and gone down, and that's why there is so much inflation. And now we're living in times of hyperinflation where people can't eat. They can't afford to eat. Forget they can't eat, they can't afford to eat, they can't afford to live. They're struggling. One salary is not covering it because you're living in a mentality of, well, this is all I know. You have to, in order to be competitive and embrace a survival-based mentality. Things that I don't often recommend, but in this world, we live in a survival-based world. Unfortunately, that's just how things work. You have to have a strong mind, and you have to explore options that will bring more money towards you. What is it I can offer more people? Because remember, money is it's not, you know, per se gold or silver. It's not currency. If I look at it from an energetic perspective, and I try and explain it as an occult wealth mentor from an energetic perspective, it's more about the value that you provide people. People are very happy to provide the money towards you if you provide them something of worth and value. People will only pay you for something. I want every business owner, every entrepreneur, everybody watching this to know this, especially if you're new and you've kind of made that transition, maybe out of employment, or this for the seasoned, you know, this is kind of old news, but I'm going to say it anyway. People are only willing to pay you if what is in their wallet is of less value than what, you know, you are basically giving them. So let me put this in words that maybe it didn't come out right and sound right. Whatever you're offering has to have more value than what is in their wallet. Because if it's the opposite way around, they're not going to pay you. What they're going to say is, oh, it's expensive, it's too much, which we permeate and go back to the same thing that I'm talking about. If you can only see barriers in life, financial success is simply going to be out of your reach. And you will constantly complain about the government. You'll constantly complain about this, your boss, your spouse, your children. Stop it. Stop whining and stop complaining. You're not weak. You're not whatever they've told you, but you have to make that choice on asking yourself, do I want results or do I want excuses? Do I have a strong mind, a strong wallet? How can I use a strong mind to get a strong wallet? How do I create a strong mind within myself? Because the money is only going to flow the mentality. There are a lot of idiots and fools in the world that can inherit a lot of money, have a lot of money, but what they're doing with the money, they're not strategic with it. And if you lack strategy and magnetism with that strategy, you're going to find yourself in a tricky situation with your finances very soon. So hopefully in this round that's covered that. And I always encourage people to study money, study the understanding of the history of money, study business, whether you do it or you don't do it, because that's going to help you open up new chapters in your life to be able to have financial success, so that you don't whine, you don't moan, you don't whinge, and you don't by default displace responsibility on other people that you should be taking. So again, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you want to reach out to me personally, I'd love to hear from you. Take care, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.